Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a look on filling in our eyebrows. So if you want to see how to get that done, then please keep watching. We're going to start out with the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in the color chocolate. First we're going to take our spoolie and we're going to brush our eyebrows up. So this is a makeup tutorial on just how to fill in our eyebrows, so I don't have any makeup on. We're just filling in our eyebrows. So you're going to start out with drawing the line underneath just to fill in the under portion of the eyebrow. And you just want to fill in the whole entire eyebrow, but you don't want to go too heavy-handed in the beginning of the eyebrow. So you just want to fill in the hairs that you already have there, and if you want to make it a little bit bolder, bigger, you would do that also. I'm okay with the way my eyebrows are, so I'm just gonna fill in what I have. Maybe go up slightly on the arch and bring it down, but nothing too crazy. And just remember, if it looks crazy in the beginning, don't worry about that, because you can always fill that in with concealer. In the front, you want to just draw very softly. You want to draw soft pencil strokes, because you don't want the front of the eyebrow to look too bulky, and that's where it could start looking really fake if you don't do it correctly. And you just want to bring in a little bit further, fill in any sparseness that you have, and just connect everything. Make sure everything looks even. Again, you want to take your spoolie, brush this eyebrow up, and you want to do the same thing on this side. Now, just keep in mind that both of your eyebrows are not the same. Nobody's eyebrows are the same on both sides. They're not identical twins. So you want to make sure when you're filling in this eyebrow that it looks similar to the other eyebrow. And again, just follow the normal line, the normal shape, I should say, to your eyebrow. Again, just fill it in, and in the front, do the hair-like strokes. Again, don't do it too hard because you don't want the front of the eyebrow to look fake. And I always go in with concealer after to shape the eyebrow to make it look, you know, really, really defined. So to me in the beginning, if it doesn't, you know, match, it's okay with me, because I'll get it to match when I do the concealer. And again, you just want to keep looking to make sure that everything looks the same or somewhat close to the same. And they do. So you just want to, again, take your spoolie and just brush through the product that you have on there already. You always want to brush up in the front and in the back, but I always bring it down a little bit on this end because I like mine to look like very rounded, so I always just bring it down at the ends, but I always brush it up, make sure the product is completely in there. Again, do the same thing over here and just fill in again any sparseness. I also don't go too crazy with the pencil because I do use Anastasia Dip Brow to define it, to deepen the color. So I don't get too crazy with the Anastasia Brow Wiz. if for some reason the Anastasia brow wiz is too expensive for you, NYX does have a pencil. Pretty much every brand has a pencil. So if it's, you know, if that's the price is too steep for you, then kind of look towards those because they're more affordable. I'm just using this right now because that's what I have. I'm going to take the Anastasia Dip Brow, and this is in the color Soft Brown. It looks like that. I'm going to put it on with a Beauty Professional angled brush, which looks like this. This is just so that I can define it better. That's why I use an angle brush. So I'm just going to dip this brush into here very lightly and then wipe off any excess that you have. And then what you want to do is you want to start from the middle and then just start deepening the back of the brow. I don't start at the ends because, again, I don't want the front of my brow to look too heavy and to look too thick, because again, that's where it starts to look unrealistic, and if you're not going for that vibe, you don't want that. Plus, it's not cute. It's not a good look to have thick, dark brows in the front. Again, you want to do hair-like strokes in the front just to cover any sparse areas that are here. But again, you don't want to go too heavy-handed. You constantly want to take your spoolie and just keep brushing it up to get the product to go through the eyebrows, so that the product is just not sitting there on top of the eyebrow. You want to make it blend in there. So you'll see that I'll be constantly using my spoolie to bring up my eyebrows. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the dip brow, take a little bit of product, again, wipe off any excess on the side, and start doing the same thing on this eyebrow. So you want to, again, start from here and just bring it down. Again, it looks a little chunky. Well, you can't really see it on camera, but it looks a little chunky right now, so I'm definitely gonna just take the spoolie and go through it. And again, I'm gonna just do the brush-like strokes, the hair-like strokes in the front, and just make sure that I am okay with the way that it looks. Like that. Good. Make sure that the under has enough product also, because again, you don't want any sparse areas, because if you take a picture, you can see that there's sparseness, and you don't really want that. If you go too thick also in the front and you're thinking, oh wow, how do I get this to go a little bit lighter? You can always take your foundation brush or your powder brush that you use and just dab it in the front, and that will lighten the front of the eyebrow for you. I'm going to go back in with the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil, and I'm just going to sharpen the front and just make sure that the front area looks okay before I go in with my concealer. Just like that. I'm going to go back in with my spoolie one more time, brush everything up, and brush it through. So how's everybody been? How's everybody doing with this, COVID? Hope, I know levels are high now with like depression and stuff like that. And, I just want to say that if you are feeling depressed, or if anything's happening, where you feel like you're alone, or you feel like you need to talk to somebody, please don't hesitate to reach out. Let somebody know that you're not doing okay. Let somebody know that you don't feel okay. Please. But again, I hope everybody is doing okay. All right, guys, so we're gonna go in and we're gonna carve out the eyebrows. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape. This is in the color Light Neutral. And I'm gonna take that on a concealer brush like this. A little dirty, but we're gonna make it work. On a concealer brush like this. And I'm gonna open the product. Gonna wipe off any excess that's on there. And I'm just gonna take a little bit right off of the brush. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on a little bit on the back of my hand just to take off whatever's on, you know, any clumpiness that's on there. And I'm gonna start carving out the underbrow to make sure that everything is straight. And again, you want to carve it out, and when you bring the product, you want to bring it down. You want to wipe it across, but then bring the product down, drag it down. Because normally when you're doing your eyebrows, you're going to do a full face of makeup. And what I do is I use the concealer to also put down as a base for my eyeshadow. And then you always want to bring it like, you know, tap your finger into it. So again, it's not just sitting there like that. And then I'm going to go in here into the middle and the top. And I'm just going to start going around. And kind of, you know, just shaping the top part of the brow the way that I want it to be. And again, doing the same thing, just bringing my finger, bringing it up so that everything blends. And again, I'm going to do the front right here because I'm not too happy with it. I mean, you make your eyebrow as thick or thin as you want it to be, as dark or light as you want it to be, whatever makes you feel good, whatever you're okay with. Don't do what's trending, don't, you know, do what you feel is okay. Because again, makeup is supposed to be fun. It's, your face is your canvas. You want to do whatever you want with your face. You don't have to do, like I said, what's trending, or, you know, doesn't have to be perfect, because again, it's your canvas. You do what you want with it. If your makeup doesn't look like my makeup, that's fine. Not everybody's makeup's gonna look the same. Not everybody likes the same things. So do what makes you happy. And that goes with anything in life, anything. Do what makes you happy. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing here, just like this. And I'm gonna go up. And I take this, for people that don't really know, I take the concealer to what I would call it is to snatch the eyebrows, meaning that you're making them, you're shaping them to exactly the way you want them to be. Rounded, squared, long, all the way to the end like I do. Some people like them to go up. You know, it all depends how you like to have your eyebrows. But I use the concealer, personally myself, to shape it out the way that I want it to be. And again, I always bring it down. I always bring it down because, again, I use it to use it as a base for my eyeshadow. And I always go in the middle and make sure that everything looks similar. Now, with my eyebrows, one eyebrow, this one comes down further than this eyebrow. So I try to work my best to make them look even. But I also do a lot of facial expressions, which you'll see, like this eyebrow always goes up, so it's never going to look the same. So I try to get it as best as I can to look the same. But listen, nobody's face is perfect. Nobody's eyebrows are perfect. If somebody tells you that they're perfect, they're not. They're not. You just have to be happy in your own skin. So again, I'm just going down here because I'm trying to make this one the same as the other one. And then down in this, at the end of the eyebrow, I always go into like a V so that it's shaped. So you see how this one is? Now I'm gonna do a V from the bottom to the top. And you know, sometimes one looks thicker than the other, sometimes it doesn't. So what I'm going to do is, because it doesn't, the other one looks a little bit thicker, I'm just going to bring this one up a little bit more. Just so that, to me, they look the same. And then I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush, and I'm just going to fix this corner right here because it's just looking a little crazy. And then once I'm done with that and I feel okay with it, then what I do is I take either gel. Majority of the time I use gel because, you know, sometimes, you know, you don't have brow gel. I do have brow gel right now, but sometimes when you don't have brow gel, another thing that you can use is regular hair gel. So what I do is I put it into a container and I just take like a sample spoolie, like something like this, and I just dip it into the gel and then I just go like that and just let it dry. It works the same way as the Anastasia brow gel or any type of brow gel that you would use. It's all just gonna hold your eyebrows in place. So whatever you have, you know, work with what you have. Don't go out and buy things if you don't have to, because makeup does get expensive. So try to work with the stuff that you have at home, you know, so this way you can save yourself some coin, you know. So I do have the brow gel right here, but I'm gonna go in with regular hair gel just to show you guys what I do. I'll do one with regular hair gel and then I'll do the other one with brow gel. So I put it in a makeup thing like this. I put it in a pill bottle that's, you know, empty, that I had just laying around. And I take the spoolie, I tap the jar just to make sure that the gel is on the side, and I dip my spoolie in there. Just tap, tap, tap. And then what I do is I take the excess off at the top, just so you don't have like a clump of gel on there. And I take that and then I go in and just brush the hairs up. And again, like I said, I always bring this down, so I always just comb this down a little bit. Voila. And that's just regular hair gel. Regular plain old hair gel that you have in your bathroom or underneath your sink or wherever. That's all that is. So now I'm going to do the other brow with Anastasia brow gel. It's clear, so this one doesn't have any tint to it or anything. And again, I'm just going to lift it up, brush up, and then brush this down. And that is how we fill in the brows. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a video from me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!